Floyd Mayweather, top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5.
10.
Yeah, he's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight, don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand, I know you're a Floyd fan, but here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought him? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he's going to prison when he get through.
Roy Jones Jr. is getting eager to want Floyd Mayweather to fight him. He has also made fun of Floyd Mayweather's training videos this time. It appears that Floyd may be amenable to facing Roy Jones in his yearly exhibition bout. Although the identity of his opponent is unknown, Roy Jones is making every effort to make it happen. We know Floyd has no offense since his injury, Roy Jones stated.
If you like this, please subscribe Punch Vista and click the bell icon for more latest and interesting videos.
Referring to Floyd Mayweather's training sessions for an impending match, he strikes like, "Therefore, nothing he does threatens me. I simply get along with him the way I am." Roy Jones Jr.'s deliberateness and confidence in defeating the boxing icon have surprised many who had assumed he was making jokes about a potential fight with Floyd Mayweather. A YouTube video asking who would prevail in a fictitious fight between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. was shared by Seconds Out a few days ago.
I think it was more of a show of a man vulnerability at that moment when Roy was fighting Tarver, I believe, or Glenn Johnson.
Yeah.
One thing that I've learned over the years, and I was
The alien's opinion was measured. Who can throw more punches will determine the outcome. Raheem then asked the 558 boxer he thought it was disrespectful that the 48-year-old had been sitting in front of a TV watching a loop of Jones Jr.'s knockout losses. Hopkins responded, "I think it was more of a show of a man's vulnerability. At that moment when Roy was fighting Antonio Tarver, I believe, or Glenn Johnson, Hopkins reflected on the incident and provided a more general lesson he has learned over the years. When a man went down on his side or taken out by a blow, I was a criminal who put him down." Bernard Hopkins respected his former opponent, Roy Jones Jr., even if he lost to him in 1993. If you look at Roy Jones's defeats and you look at his longevity of victory and very unorthodox, unusual, probably never be again style that he had, I think that's good of him in his ear and will always stand now and overshadow anything that the opposite means. He said,
About Roy and Floyd going back and forth. I just talked to him. Roy was really worked up about it. What do you think, Andre?
They fighters, man.
Andre, we're going this way.
They fighters.
Isn't that the biggest fight in boxing today? Like, if that would have really happened, you think it could happen?
Watch out, Andre can still throw hands now. Don't mess with them like that. They fighters, bro.
Roy said he could down.
Praising Jones Jr.'s distinctive, nearly unrepeatable style. Jones concluded the interview by saying, "Jones's rewards and his victories supersede his defeats 10 times more." Raheem questioned Hopkins about what he would say if Money Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. were present and listening to him. Hopkins, "Didn't think twice. If you fight, make sure you get paid." Oscar de la Hoya, like Bernard Hopkins, also had some thoughts on the subject. In an interview with Fight Hype a few days ago, Jake Paul was asked what he thought of Mayweather's response to Jones Jr.'s remarks. "No, buddy, Roy is the legend. You cannot approach Roy in that manner," Paul said about Mayweather. Paul went on to say, "I would say Roy was better during his prime, but Floyd just stayed consistent his whole career." In response to a question on who he believed to be better in their prime, Mayweather or Jones Jr., however, Roy was undoubtedly something else in his heyday. Paul seems more likely to support Roy Jones Jr. than Floyd Mayweather in this fictitious bout.
His fights getting knocked out. What do you think about that?
Nah, Roy's a legend, bro. You can't come for Roy like that.
Now, who do you think was better in their prime? Roy or Floyd?
I would say Roy was better during the prime, but Floyd just stayed consistent.
Jones explains why Floyd and he were so different.
You know, we stood for two different things. You know, he was a social media blowout. You know, he blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character because he could do it, you know, and do things the way he did it. He was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill. He wanted to play King of the...
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has the second highest number of victories among the select group of boxing giants and is one of only 15 to retire with an undefeated record. However, Roy Jones Jr. recently gave an explanation for why he does not rank among the greatest 5 boxers of all time. Antonio Tarver, Jones Jr.'s former opponent, says the solution is obvious during this argument. The former light heavyweight champion who handed Superman to losses claims Jones Jr. has the edge over money. Tarver thinks that Jones Jr.'s unstoppable factor when compared to the smaller Mayweather may give him the advantage when comparing the two directly after Jones Jr.'s surprising knockout victory in their 2004 rematch. It's competitive when you reflect on their careers. Seconds out was recounted by Tarver.
You understand me? Because now we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what? We are fortunate that we saw the fight. Because to be honest with you, Earl came back from dead and made it back and fought this fight. You know how far that is?
Floyd is unbeaten in my opinion, and I adore him. He did it his way. However, I don't believe he was considered invincible at any point during his career. Roy Jones, he was unbeatable until he met me. Tarver continued, reflecting on Jones Jr.'s career and their incredible trilogy. It is indisputable that both boxers made a significant contribution to the sport's success, regardless of who had the best career. Nevertheless, it seems Roy Jones Jr. has made the matter into a personal grudge, and Jones Jr. has made a significant offer to the vocal legend in response to Mayweather's taunts about his career setbacks, including his loss to Tarver. And for now, that's it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on the latest news, events, moments, and activities in the boxing world. Remember to enable alerts so you can be informed when we publish high-quality stuff like this. Peace until the next time.